Welcome back to the Junior Moneymakers Podcast, where we help you teach your kids how to become young entrepreneurs that can start and grow their own business. On today's show, we're going to focus on a really cool way to make money that virtually anyone can do. If you can read and you can talk, then you just might be able to make a little money with this one. But before we jump into today's episode, I'm definitely going to mention today's affiliate, Apologia. Apologia is this amazing company, and my family and I are close personal friends with the owners. I strongly believe in everything they do for the homeschool community, and in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you all about a book that I think your family should pick up today. Okay, now it's time to talk about doing some voiceover work. So what is voiceover work? If you've ever listened to an audiobook, watched an animated feature, or listened to a radio commercial, then you have definitely heard voiceover work. To put it simply, voiceover work is the art of recording your voice for someone else to use in their business. Honestly, this can really be just as varied as it sounds. The types of jobs you can take on are very far-ranging and encompass as few as 100 words or as much as an entire book. Some very popular places that kids can make money doing voiceover work are in recording for children's apps and video games, or recording the children's voices in audiobooks. So, now you know what voiceover work is. The real question is, why would anyone want to pay you to do it? For starters, using actual kids in your audiobooks or kids' apps makes them feel more authentic and relatable. My family and I are huge fans of the Lamplighter audio series, and I have to tell you, the audio production and voiceover work is some of the best I have ever heard. Using real voices and real kids is an added layer that helps you suspend disbelief and brings the story to life. Another reason why people would pay you to do this is that you are likely going to be less expensive, at least in the beginning, than hiring a full-time professional. Do not underestimate this one. It is huge. So now that you have an understanding of the business, let's figure out how to get started. Getting started in the voiceover business can be a little complicated, as there are a lot of resources and a lot of competition out there. That being said, I'm going to start with a few basic ideas to get you there, and I'll load the show notes up with links to help you dig deeper. As always, before you start, you need to have parents' permission, and you have to make sure that you're in compliance with all laws and regulations. Check! Now, let's get started. First, you're going to need some professional equipment. I personally use the Blue Yeti microphone, which cost me a little under $200. That's going to need to be hooked up to a computer with internet access, and you're going to need a simple audio recording program like Audacity, which thankfully is free. I'll post links to a low-end, mid-range, and high-end mic in the show notes, along with a free tutorial for Audacity. Next, you're going to have to put together a demo reel. A demo reel is something that potential customers will use to get a feel for your voice and what you can do. Putting together a demo reel can be pretty simple, but you definitely need to make sure it's perfect. Don't cut corners and keep recording until you get it right. I will post some links to Fiverr and some demo scripts that you can reference in the show notes. Also, if you want feedback on your demo reel, just shoot me an email and I'll check it out for you. Once you have a demo reel, you can start shopping for work. If you go out to a site like Upwork.com, they have jobs posted for voiceover work right now that you can review and apply for. I saw an 8-minute job posted for a kid that was paying $100. How does that sound? Alternatively, I would highly suggest creating a Fiverr account and advertising your services there. Fiverr is a website full of people that offer services at a low cost, and there are countless people that go to Fiverr looking for voice work every single day. Creating a Fiverr account is absolutely free, and you can be up and running in as little as 20 to 30 minutes. The big benefit of Fiverr is that you're going to attract customers that are looking to hire greener talent, willing to take lower pay while they're gaining experience. As a kid just starting out, that is literally your niche. I'll link to a couple examples of really good Fiverr voiceover artists that you can model your page off of. Remember the simple fact as you do that good artists borrow and great artists steal. Parents, you may have to elaborate on that one a little. Sorry about that. Another way to find voiceover work is to identify businesses in your local area that cater to kids and families. Check out their websites and their Facebook pages. If it seems like they have commercials or videos that use voiceover work, it's time to stop in. Take your parents with you and figure out if there's an opportunity to make a deal. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that these types of deals often revolve around barter rather than outright payment. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just something to keep in mind. So, you're going to get equipment, you're going to create your demo reel, and you're going to create your Fiverr. Pretty much sounds like you're on your way. So let's stop here, take a quick break, and talk about our affiliate, and then we'll be back with 3 tips for your voiceover business. In the Apologia book, How Do We Know Right from Wrong, the 4th book in the Young Defender series, Thomas has been saving his money to buy a new skateboard. So when his grandparents accidentally pay him twice for washing their car, he's faced with a troubling choice. Give back the money or use it to buy the board in time for the new skateboarding club that starts in just a few days. If you want to know about what Thomas decides to do, go to juniormoneymakers.com/defenders and order How Do We Know Right from Wrong today. All right, let's close this episode out with 3 tips for your business. Tip 1. Ensure your audio setup is rock solid. I recommend carving out a room in your house, preferably a closet, that is quiet and mostly soundproof. You don't have to have a $1,000 setup, but you do need to make the best of what you do have. Doing a quick search, I found some jobs that are paying out $100 for very little actual voice work. Believe me when I tell you, although short, they're expecting very high quality audio in exchange for their $100. Tip 2. Make your Fiverr site engaging. You don't have to hire a professional designer, however your demo should have a lot of personality in it and it should demonstrate your range. Some questions it should answer are, what ranges can you play? Do you perform any accents? What kind of work are you willing to do? Etc. Also, remember that Fiverr is all about the upsell. For example, you can start at $5 for 100 words. As an upsell, you can add additional words for an extra fee. You can also upsell commercial rights, broadcast rights, etc. You can see how quickly your $5 sale can jump to $20 or $30. There are a lot of ways to start out in the voiceover world, but I really believe Fiverr is the right place for you where you are now. Tip 3. Improve your skills. If you're serious about keeping this job long term, you need to refine your instrument. Learn how to act, take an improv class, master accents, etc. Lots of these things can be found on YouTube for free, and that is exactly where I would start. Later though, don't hesitate to invest some money into yourself as long as you're making a profit. It will definitely pay off. All right, parents, let's touch on some of the developmental benefits of running your own voiceover business. Aside from it pushing your kids to use their passion to make money, your kids are going to learn how to manage deadlines, how to make professional quality audio products, time management, marketing, conflict resolution, and more. I don't know if you can tell, but this is one of my favorite kid hustles. All right, Junior Moneymakers, let's wrap this up. Becoming a professional voiceover artist is not easy, but once you have your equipment and a nice editing workflow, it can definitely pay off. If this is something you've ever thought about doing, I would definitely jump in and try it out. Get that demo reel made, start a Fiverr, and start looking for jobs on Upwork. You'll be putting in work and churning out cash before you know it. I also want to reiterate that I'm happy to check out your demo reel if you email it to me at mark@juniormoneymakers.com. In the meantime, don't forget to check out this episode's show notes at juniormoneymakers.com/19 for some microphone recommendations, Fiverr examples, and some guides for getting a professional start in the business. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Mark, and I hope this episode has inspired your family to start a kid hustle of your own. Until next time, don't forget to dream big and change the world. The views expressed on this program in no way represent the views of the United States Air Force, the Department of Defense, or the United States government, and are solely those of the host and their guest. Additionally, the ideas in this program should only be tried after ensuring compliance with all laws and regulations, and then only with parents' permission. Finally, while we believe in every idea we present, we cannot guarantee your results, as all individual results will vary. What do you get when you cross a cow and and a duck. Milk and quackers.